So we're down here at Hart Plaza in Detroit for the Detroit-Windsor borderline protest. As you can see, things are about ready to jump off. There's quite a few people here already. There is a contemporaneous protest going on across the river in Windsor. And yeah, a lot of people here. We found one Trump supporter that was here, was brave enough to jump into the lion's den. There's a lot of veterans down here. There's a lot of pro-LGBTQ community members down here, a lot of pro-Canada people here. And so we're going to talk to some people and find out, their thoughts and feelings on what's happening across the country today and with the new Trump administration that's in place. So what brought you out here today?
I love my country, and I want fair trade with Canada. I want things to be fair. If they want to sell their products to this country, the biggest market in the entire world, then they need to accept our products into their country and not tariffed like dairy at up to 350%.
So what do you have to say to all the kind of maybe hate and discontent that you have been receiving here today?
I really don't know what to say to it. Some of the people are so unhinged that I just don't get it. That we're out here with, I seen a Palestinian flag, upside down American flags, Canadian flags. Where's the pride in this country? This is my country. This is my city. The city that put the entire world on wheels. We were decimated in our auto industry here. I want our people here to have good paying jobs so they don't have to take on second and third jobs, delivering, food for people, making $15 an hour. We need good manufacturing jobs here, and Donald Trump is bringing that back.
People united will not be divided. People united will not be.
So we're here with Katie. What brought you down here today, Katie?
I've been participating in the protests for a while now. I wanted to show solidarity with the people who are upset about the way the federal government's being run right now, and today in particular, how they're impacting our international relations, especially with Canada.
So what are your thoughts on what's happening right now, across the country with a lot of these policies and moves that the current administration is making?
Oh my God, there's so many of them. So my sign speaks to the fact that I think we have a really messed up election system where people can buy their way into government. So, for example, Elon Musk spent almost $300 million getting Donald Trump elected and now is making significant decisions about who we employ as a federal government and the entitlements, they like to call them, that people are available to, or that are available to them. He's a private citizen. He's the richest man in the world. I think it's really messed up that he's able to buy his way into our government. We should have a government that represents the people, and he does not represent the people. I think there's been a big backlash across the country, obviously, for that. Some methods more helpful than others.
So there's a lot of talk now that, Elon has been kind of overshadowing, the Vice President, J.D. Vance. What do you have to say about that?
I would say, yeah, he's making decisions. J.D. Vance seems like he's just sitting around puppeting whatever Trump wants him to say just so he looks good in Trump's eyes. If you looked at the interview with Zelensky, I thought he looked ridiculous. Both of them looked ridiculous. But J.D. Vance had a lot of nasty things to say about Trump a few years ago.
I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him. And I've noticed this willingness from people who think a lot like I do that, look, we told you so. To all these white working class voters, we told you so. We told you that Trump was going to be a terrible candidate. We told you that you were an idiot if you voted for him. The problem is, if you take that attitude of sort of gloating over Trump's defeat, then you're playing into the very thing that gave rise to Trump in the first place, which is a feeling that the elites think that they're smarter than you and just think you're a bunch of idiots.
Which is well documented.
Yeah, and we know that's how he really felt, and that's a lot of the Republicans had a lot of nasty things to say about him, and now all of a sudden he's their hero. So we know they're just, honestly, they're not sincere, they're not authentic people. And yeah, I think J.D. Vance probably wishes he had the sway that Elon Musk does.
This is what democracy looks like.
I'm a veteran. I'm definitely fighting for vets' rights. Just looking at what's going on with the country right now, we got to do something. He's cutting Social Security. He's cutting jobs in the government. He's basically, it seems like he's tearing down the government so that we'll have no recourse to, fight against him. It seems like he wants people poor and uneducated, stopping the Department of Education. I'm just worried about the future of our country.
And you said, we were talking, you said you were in the Marine Corps. You're a Marine?
No, I wasn't. Well,
once a
once
Marine, always a
always
Marine, right?
But yeah, I've been out for about 10 years now. Did 2 tours of Iraq, 1 of Afghanistan.
So you were in the shit.
Yeah, I was a sniper.
Right on.
So we've been around a little bit. And coming home, like I was telling you, the VA saved my life. I had major PTSD issues, drug addiction, ended up homeless. And it was the VA who put me through rehab, got me back on my feet, gave me a job, gave me treatment. Now I'm, living a good life. And I owe it to them,
So what are your thoughts on these proposed cuts and the stuff going on with the VA with the new administration and what they're trying to do with the VA?
Yeah, so the VA's always had, again, I love the VA, they saved my life, but they've always had problems. They're just understaffed, badly understaffed. And, he's cutting, 80,000 jobs from the VA. I don't know how they'll function. I really don't know how they'll function. It's already gotten weird, getting appointments. It's, people are worried about their disability being cut. I know a lot of vets that live on their disability. I don't know what they would do if it was cut.
Yeah, because there's already a substantial backlog to get treatment with the VA from a lot of the guys, a lot of the veterans and stuff that have come back. This kind of seems like this is just going to add to the problems instead of solving any problems.
Absolutely. I don't see how this saves money. We're going to have veterans on the street. We're going to, homeless vets are a real problem right now, and veteran suicide, it's 22 a day.
22 a day, right.
And, if he cuts people's disability, he cuts their health care, it's just going to get worse.
As we wrap up here at Hart Plaza for the collaborative protest between the U.S. and Canada, we encourage you all to subscribe and share, and we'll see you again on the next episode of Famously Infamous.